Hello, my name is Toby Skerritt from Foundation IT, and today I'm here to talk about MSIX-AppAttach from Microsoft. This is a new technology which allows you to dynamically attach and detach applications from your Windows 10 desktops. Specifically, in this instance, we're looking at Windows Virtual Desktop as the platform, but this is also possible on a standard Windows environment. So MSIX-AppAttach is essentially the replacement for AppV, which is no longer actively developed, but has been very popular among businesses over the past 10 to 15 years in various versions, because it allows businesses to sandbox applications and just assign them to people who qualify for them. So what I have set up here is a Windows Virtual Desktop environment. This is our Foundation IT AppAttach machine, as you can see, which has all of the required binaries to allow AppAttach applications to run. If we just check the version of Windows that we're running, you can see that this is version 2004 of Windows 10. And the required files to run AppAttach applications are only included in Windows version 2004 and upwards. MSIX-AppAttach is an interesting technology because of the way it delivers applications to users. Now, traditionally, with packaged virtualized applications, they would have to be locally installed into the program files folder or delivered from a network share, all of which either required a significant amount of time or could lead to latency and network performance issues. So what I'd first like to do is give you an overview of the disk config for this machine. As you can see, it's a fairly basic environment. We are not taking advantage of FSLogix, for example, for profile management. So there's no FSLogix disk. That's because this is our AppAttach demo environment, which is purely used for demoing applications, but they're compatible technologies. And what I'd first like to show you is the process of attaching these applications. So the first step is an administrative step, which requires you to stage applications to the environment. Now, this would be undertaken in a production environment using a group policy or something similar to run this command to attach applications to the environment. And as you can see, my command stages 6 applications, I think it is, into the environment, which are now ready to be served out to users. Crucially, although these applications are staged, they're not available to users at this point. So you can see, for example, that we have paint.net in the list there. If I search for Paint in my start menu, all I'm going to find is the regular Paint app. Paint.net, the only options I get are web results. That's because although the disk has been staged to the environment, the application hasn't been registered for a user yet. This is an administrative task which would happen at machine creation or machine startup, and then those applications would be available for registration when they were registered for a user. The next step is a non-administrative task, a user task, to register those applications. So this would be assigned on a user-by-user basis or group basis as a user group policy, for example, and would allow users to register those applications, or rather those applications would be registered on a user's behalf when they logged onto the environment. And if I run the command, again, you'll see all 6 of those applications have been assigned to our user. And if I search now for paint.net, you'll see that it starts exactly as a locally installed application would, and that's because this is a locally installed application. These applications are UWP, Universal Windows Platform applications, and they install in the same way that Windows Store applications will install to your desktop. So they'll install into your user profile environment and can be listed with the get apex package command. And you'll see when we get to the bottom of this long list, we have a few applications in here at the bottom, paint.net, putty, and all the rest of the ones that we installed recently, which are listed as Apex packages. Now, as soon as I run the destage command, those will disappear and no longer be available for the user. But you can see all of these applications are signed with a certificate. That's a requirement for this platform, meaning that they're trusted, and this is trusted by our internal CA. So we can see that all those applications are staged and available. However, at the point of log off for a user, we want these applications to deregister. A key goal here is that we want these session hosts in a Windows Virtual Desktop environment to be as stateless as possible. So we already understand the concept of FSLogix and dynamically attaching the user profile to an environment and dynamically removing on log off to leave an essentially stateless box. The same is true with MSIX-AppAttach applications. When we deregister at log off, all of those applications are removed and no longer available to the user. So if I run the get apex package command again, you'll see that all of those applications that we saw listed previously have now gone, the Foundation IT signed ones. We've just got the standard Windows 10 apps. And if I search for putty, for example, you'll see that the only results I get are web results. This is no longer an application available on the desktop. And so by combining this technology with FSLogix, we can strip this session host of anything that has made it personalized and take it back to a standard state, ready for the next user to come along and have their profile and their applications streamed dynamically into the environment. And the last step in this process would be on restart, or in the event that we want to remove applications, we can choose to destage. As you can see, that will go through and destage these applications, strip all of the virtual hard disks out of the environment, and we have a machine that is in the exact state we started with. No leftover files, nothing which can cause bloat to this environment or potentially cause conflicts. So that's a very brief overview of MSIX-AppAttach, a new technology which will be available in future versions of Windows. I hope this video has been of interest and look out for future videos. Thank you.